What's going on, everybody? This is Chris from the channel The Unknowns, and I wanted to post a video about my first gaming PC that I built. Um, I've been needing a new PC for a while. I was renting one from one of those rental places, you know, like where you can rent to own furniture and stuff like that. And I was given $60 a week for it. And by the time I would have had it paid off, I would have gave over $3,000 for it. The interest is crazy on rental things. So I decided to save myself a lot of money and send that thing back to the store because it was a really crappy PC anyways. It was an Acer GX something. It had a Radeon RX 470, I think, or 460 graphics card, something like that in it. It was a very crappy computer. It could barely handle Fortnite. Only had one stick of RAM in it, and it was 8 gigabytes of RAM. It did have an AMD processor in it, but it had no RGB or none of that fancy stuff. But the computer I built, it turned out really nice. Now, the reason I'm making this video is I just want to show you, I'm not going to do this ain't a build video. I just want to show you the parts that I bought for my computer, and I'll show you the end product of how it turned out. Now, this is my very first time building a computer. This is the first time I ever done it. I've done a lot of research on it. When I first thought about getting a new PC and letting that one go back, I was thinking about buying a pre-built. And I've done a lot of research. I looked on Amazon a lot of different pre-built systems, and then I got to watching YouTube about pre-built computers versus building your own PC, and I found out a lot of interesting things. For one, you can build one a lot cheaper that is a lot better than a pre-built. So this being my first time, I would highly suggest you build your own. I was very intimidated at first at building my own computer because I've never done it before, but it is extremely easy. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there that you can watch that will help you through the process. Very simple. It's not that hard at all. There's a lot of channels I went to get advice from and stuff like that. I'll put the links in the description for you to check them out if you're interested in building a PC. These guys really helped me out, and I will to name a few. Let's see, Linus Tech Tips. He's really smart when it comes to computing and computer building and stuff like that. Anything tech, really. I think it's Bitwit, Paul's Hardware, Scattervolt. There's quite a few. Jay's 2 Cents. I'll put the links in the description of the video for you to check that out. But now I want to show you the parts that I use. When I first thought about building the PC, I was going to go cheap. I was going to spend about $500-600 on a good, pretty good gaming PC. It could handle streaming and gaming and stuff like that, but I wanted something better. So I really spent the money here. But for what I got, I think I got a great deal. I spent around $1,200 to $1,300 total. All of my parts came from Amazon. I will put the links to all the parts in the description if you are interested, and all of it works fine. But to start out, I got the boxes right here. I'll hold the box up and hopefully you can see it. And I'll explain to you why I decided to go that route. Starting with the motherboard. I bought the Aorus B450 Aorus Pro Wi-Fi by Gigabyte. It's a great motherboard. I've had no issues with it. There was a couple of complaints on the reviews about it, but I'll explain that here in a minute. But it's an RGB. It has RGB on it. It has 4 DIMM slots for your RAM. Let's see. It has 2 M.2 slots on it, so those are handy. What else does it have? it's got pretty good VRMs, heat sinks and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. It does have built-in Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi is actually really great. The Wi-Fi it's Intel Wi-Fi, so it works really well. But yeah, the Aurorus B450 by Gigabyte, the Pro Wi-Fi gaming motherboard, and it does support. This is the AM4 socket, by the way, not the Intel. It does support RGB fusion. Let's see here. RGB fusion. You know, it's got like, you know, you can sync your RGB stuff with it. But that's the motherboard. And then the CPU I went with was the Ryzen 5 2600. I went with the Ryzen 5 2600. This is a really good chip. I've had no issues at all out of this computer since I built it. It's done perfect. I built it like a month ago, so I've had no trouble at all out of it. But this is a great chip. It's a Ryzen 5 2600. It does not have Vega graphics. Some of these chips, you know, you can, like the Ryzen 5 2600X, that would have Vega graphics built into it. And that's where the people that done the reviews on the motherboard were getting it wrong. They were saying, you know, this motherboard has no video output. It does have video output, but your CPU has to have Vega graphics in order to get that output. Otherwise, you're going to need a standalone graphics card. So, you know, that's why a lot of people were having trouble not getting video, because you have to have a Vega chip to get, you know, video out of your motherboard. All right, but anyways, on the motherboard though, let me just show you the back here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it well, but I'll hold it up there. There's the back of it. But let's see here. It has okay, let me try to get it here to where I can hold it. AM4 socket. It's a B450 chipset. Let's see here. It's got one PCIe 3.0 by 16. That's for the graphics card. It's got HDMI, DVI-D. Memory type is dual channel DDR4. You can put 4 DIMMs in it. Expansion slots has got one PCIe 2.0 by 4 plus 2 PCIe's 2.0 by 1. SATA ports slash M.2s. It's got 6 SATA 3s ports and 2 M.2s for SSDs. It does support SATA RAID. Let's see, USB. It's got one USB 3.1 Gen 2 with USB Type C support, plus one USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type A, plus 6 USB 3.1 Gen 1, plus 4 USB 2.0s. The audio on it is Realtek ALC 1220-VB. I don't know what all that means, but maybe y'all do. LAN is Intel GBE LAN. Wireless is Intel dual band 802.11 AC wireless, and it works great. I've had no trouble out of it. Form factor, it's a full size ATX board. So there's that. And then I just showed you the chip. It was a RYZEN chip. Right here's the label on it. Maybe you can see that. 6 cores, 12 threaded processors. So there's that. Next, for my storage, I went with 2. I did not put a regular hard drive in this, because when I built this PC, I heard a lot of things about hard drives versus SSDs. I heard that SSDs were a lot faster than a hard drive, and, you know, I was like, well, I can try it out, I guess. The SSDs are higher than the regular mechanical hard drives, but I'm telling you, they are extremely fast. To me, it is. It's like really fast. The M.2s are supposed to be even faster, but they were a little bit too expensive for me. Not much more than one of these, but I bought 2 of the 480 gigabyte Inland Professional SSDs. That's what I bought. and they work great. It gives me a terabyte of space, which is more than enough for me right now. I do plan on adding more later down the road. I actually want to add the M.2s to it, but if you add the M.2s, you actually lose connection to some of your SATA connections. So there's that. My memory, the RAM, I went with the XPG. It's made by Adata, I think it is. XPG RGB DDR4 RAM, 2 sticks, and that way I could run dual channel, because dual channel is better. Okay, now the CPU that I bought, it came with a cooler, and it probably would have worked perfectly to keep it cool, you know, so that it don't overheat. But I wanted to really make this computer look good, because I'm going to be stuck with it for a couple of years probably. I'll update it and stuff as the years go on, but I'm going to, you know, keep it for at least probably 4 to 5 years. So I went ahead and bought the Cooler Master Hyper 212 RGB Black Edition. This thing is awesome. I love it. It looks really great inside the case. And it really wasn't that bad a price. I think it was $50. Like I said, I'll put all the links down in the description for everything, all these parts. To power everything, I went with the EVGA 600 bronze rated power supply. It is semi-modular. You know, it's semi-modular means the main power cord, like to the motherboard, and the graphics or the CPU cord, you know, it's connected to it, but the other ones you can disconnect from it if you're not going to use them. So there's the power supply. Now for the most expensive thing in this build was my graphics card. I heard a lot of different things about graphics cards, and I wanted one that was going to do good. And I know I didn't get the best one, but it does match my motherboard. It is a gigabyte. I got the Aorus Radeon RX 580. It is RGB'd. It looks really great, and to be honest, it works really great too. That's another thing. This system is overclockable. You can overclock it. I think all AMD's processors are overclockable. And the reason I went with AMD over Intel is because Intel is just way too expensive. Intel is expensive. Yeah, sure, I could have went with some better stuff. Spent a little bit more money, but I think I spent enough. And I also bought, even though I probably didn't need it, I bought this Arctic, you know, it's like a contacting agent for the CPU. You put it on your CPU for you to set your heat sink on, you know. Now the fan that comes, the heat sink that comes with the CPU, it has pre-applied thermal paste. That's what this is. But I bought my own because I had to have it for the heat sink. It comes with a small tube, but I wanted something that I knew was going to be good, and it only takes a dab of this, and this is a big old tube of it. I gave $7 for this. It'll last me for a while. And you know, that's another thing. The prices on this stuff fluctuates daily. When I bought my graphics card from Amazon, it was $279. The other day I was looking, and it was selling for $319. Now what it's selling for right now, I don't know, but I will put the links in, you know, the description, so y'all can go check it out for yourself. And then I also bought this right here. It's an Intermax. It's just a headset holder. You know, it's magnetic. I just stick it on the side of my case for to hold the my headset. I do need to get a new headset though. I would like to get a new headset. Now, two other things that I bought for this PC, three other things that I bought for this PC because I wanted it to, you know, I wanted it to be nice, and I was spending enough money that I really wanted it to look good. The motherboard also comes with a Wi-Fi antenna, which helps out a lot. But I wanted a great RGB keyboard and a great RGB mouse, gaming keyboard and mouse. And I think I got a pretty good deal on these. I bought the Red Dragon RGB. This is the Vera mechanical keyboard. You can see it right there. It's a really good keyboard. It's got switchable keys. I think it's got cherry blue switches on it. I've learned a lot about gaming peripherals and stuff like that over the last few months, and you know, I love this keyboard. It sounds really nice. It's got a nice click to it, and I kind of like stuff like that. And then my gaming mouse, I don't have the box too, but it is also a Red Dragon. I'll show it to you by holding it up in front of the camera. It is lit right now, but right there, it's got it forms to your hand perfectly. It's got two buttons right over here that you can use, programmable. It's completely programmable. You can change the colors of it. Well, you can change the way it flashes and stuff like that. I know it's hard to see, I'm sorry, but you can change the way it looks, and you know, it's a great mouse. It really is. It's got breathing modes. The keyboard, I can change the way it does too. Let me aim my camera down so you can see the keyboard here. Let me just pick it up. Right there's the keyboard, and let's see, you can, there's all kinds of ways to change it and stuff like that. You know, you can change it to a bunch of different things and stuff like that. And I think I love it. It's a great keyboard. You know, it works really well. I've had no issues with it or the mouse since I've purchased them. They work really great. In my gaming, I've gotten really high frames per second. Now, I did overclock the memory and stuff. But right now, I think it's like at 3.7 or 3.8 gigahertz. It stays very cool. For the case, I don't have the box for the case. I ended up throwing that away accidentally already. But the case that I'm using is the Corsair Carbide Series Spec Delta. Very great case. There was mixed reviews about it, you know, not enough airflow getting into it, but I've gotten plenty of airflow into it. It comes with 4 pre-installed fans. 3 of them are RGB'd in the front. It does have a tempered glass side panel, and it's got removable magnetic filter on the top and a removable magnetic filter on the bottom for the power supply. The front is acrylic, which I don't really fancy too much, but it looks good nonetheless. You'll see here in a second. And it's got 2 little screens for airflow to get in. The bottom one is bigger than the top. I get plenty of airflow through that. People are just airflow crazy sometimes. It works just fine. The only other thing I bought was the monitor. Now, I did go with a cheap monitor for now. It's an Acer 24.5-inch monitor. It is a 1080p. It's a 1 millisecond response time, but it's only 75 hertz. But it works fine. I've been averaging 75 to 95 frames per second in Fortnite during combat. For Call of Duty Blackout, I've been getting 120 frames per second. Apex Legends, I've been getting around 90 frames per second. And I just downloaded Tom Clancy's The Division 2, and I've been getting around 80 frames per second. I did not mess with the BIOS a lot on this because I don't know much about that. I'm still learning. You can get a free version of Windows. You know, there's plenty of videos out there to show you how to get a free version of Windows. I did download a free version of Windows, but I did buy me a product key for $15. It was Windows 10 Pro because I wanted to have an activated version of Windows so I could actually access all of my features and change the colors and stuff. But I'm going to remove my webcam here, and I'm going to just show you the case. And, you know, basically the whole setup. It's going to be hard to do, so just bear with me. But you'll get to see the case for the main part anyways. So just bear with me here. Let me take my camera off. But right there's the PC. And I'm sorry the quality ain't better. I got to get a new camera. But right up here you can see is a dust filter right there. But there's the I/O for the top. The motherboard, oh, there's the Wi-Fi antenna. I just knocked it down. Let me hang it. It's magnetic, so it's okay. But right there's the inside of the gaming computer. You can see. And it actually works really well. And then right here's the front of it. You can see right there's one of the screens right there, and the other screen is right there, little bitty one. It gets plenty of airflow through it though, but it's a great PC. I have had no trouble out of it. I really like it a lot. Now, what you get is up to you, but would I recommend this system? Absolutely. It works really well. I've had no trouble out of it, and it's way better than the one I had before. It's a great PC, but I just wanted to show you guys the parts that I used. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to comment and ask. If you don't mind, would you please make sure you hit the like button? It really helps me out. Comment down below what you think about my PC build and what you think about my selection of parts. Is there anything that you would change? Is there anything that I should know? Because I am new to this, so just please let me know what you think. Any constructive criticism is welcome. My cable management, I actually done a pretty good job on. And like I said, if for your storage space, definitely go with the SSDs or the M.2s, because when I turn my PC off and I hit the power button, literally 2 seconds later, Windows is open. Literally, it's that quick. I can't believe how fast it is, really. I really can't, but it works great. And when I get time, I'll do a better video with the case open so you can see the parts a little bit better. So hopefully y'all enjoy this. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. I'm going to start doing more videos. I've had videos on my channel before. I'm just a small YouTuber. I'm going to try to grow as much as I can. So please just tell me what you guys think about all this. And yeah, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But that's going to be all for now. Let me know what you think. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.